That Richie Stripe. Oh yeah. Richie Stripe. I didn't know what. I remember that. Yeah. Equipment manager.
Oh, thank you.
The mean one. She wanted somebody else. No, you could have had more than one. It wasn't like the only person.
Watching TV.
I'll set friendly gas. I thought Lonnie
No.
was well enough behaved. But yeah. So I was so surprised to see it.
No, but I mean, that was
Jerry's father, when Jerry was born, his father had every time he had a child, he was telling me
letter, a unique letter a lot.
way out east here. Probably house, 40 years. And so then,
Same letter, something like that, that's why he said, they have
put some money in the construction.
So I started in London, I was working in my friend Jean, who lives out here. And we were there, we're all like talking about how it was like London country.
You know, Roger just told me that somebody walked in here just before and left their lights on in their car. So, you know, Roger's a shy guy, he doesn't like to be the center of attention, Roger. So,
I don't know where
I thought I'd tell everybody for you.
Where did Roger park?
We're not there, I think I might have followed you.
Yeah, I've got like a 30-second delay. I think I'm okay.
Yeah, I know, yeah, you know, he's got the 30-second delay. Right, yeah.
What?
Yeah, no, it's okay, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, anyway, if you're not a UK resident, the only way to rent a car is
Hey Jack, this is Roger Skelton. I went to St. Francis Prep with him.
Anyway, basically, the moral of the story is we
I
just
planned
went
it
on
so
our trip to Cornwall, and it was amazing. My favorite part to watch. Tuesday morning, we left the apartment at like 7.
Oh, good.
And then we got there by like 2 or 3. Yeah.
Hey!
Did you see any lights on here?
I was worried about her that made sense. It was worth it. They were like,
You know, it took me 9 and a half years to get ready to graduate. I dropped out.
Over there.
Woody Allen said he wakes up every morning, even at this age, and when he realized he doesn't have to
Very cool.
Yeah.
You know, I heard you mention that
Oh, I may have. Oh, yeah. He and his brother were both there very Christmas at the same They caught him on Block Island. He led the FBI on a merry chase. They were both going to hide and try to lose the FBI. The FBI caught Phil the very same night they had this party at St. Gregory Great Church in West Side of Manhattan. So it's there. And they fought right away. His game plan was not good. But Dan led the FBI on a chase for months, And when they caught him, instead of covering his face like most of the criminals do, they made a picture of him with the handcuffs. Well, that is fine. Of course, they would too involved with the government. Find out who took him too seriously. Hi, how are you? Nice to see you. Hi, Brian. Welcome. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Well, we have no gas. Did you bring any? No? You know what? Listen, bagpipes are not a musical instrument. Spirited.
They have different rules for different countries, and
Yeah, well, but they're military psychological operations. The British sent their Scottish pipers in front of them before they would attack. They're psyops operations. I have a friend who says that there's music in hell in bagpipes. With Jerry, the guy who black jacket down in Recite, right? Wow, I'm loaded. Jerry, there's your man, Roger.
Hello. 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 Welcome to Windmill 2's concert, the concert. We have two wonderful artists here that I've been lucky to know for the last 50 years, listening to their music and their storytelling. They're both great. If you haven't seen them, you're in for a real treat tonight. If you've seen them, you know what I'm talking about already. Charlie King and Ken Curtin. Charlie's from Massachusetts. This is okay. Ken's from Brooklyn. Yay! And I really could go on and on and on. I couldn't say enough about these guys, but I'm really, really happy that they're here tonight. So, without any further ado, I do. Charlie and Ken, thank you.
Oh, well, welcome everyone. Today, do I have any volume? Anybody here? Well, yeah, there's something there, isn't there? Think so? What should we do about that?
What's that now?
Do we have any volume? Yeah. Can you hear this microphone?
Maybe make it a little louder.
You can? Can you hear it?
No?
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's better, isn't it? Yeah.
And how about this?
Perfect.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one is definitely. You can tell who's controlling the equipment, right?
It's my sound system.
Yeah. Okay. Boy, we're gonna pay for. Anyway, today is the feast of Saint Joseph, which I'm sure you're all aware of. You know, it's the founder of the Carpenters Union, right? And the patron saint of carpenters. And let's see what else. It's the weekend of St. Patrick. That's why we're here. And it's another special day, right, Jack? So why don't we sing a song for that?
All right.
For Nancy's birthday. I am a weaver, a cotton weaver. I am a brash and roving blade. I have silver in my pocket. I will follow the roving trade.
Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy, whiskey. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy, oh. As I rode down through Alaska City, Nancy whiskey I chanced to smell. I walked in, sat down beside her. 7 long years, oh, I loved her well. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy, whiskey. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy, oh.
The more I kissed her, the more I loved her. The more I kissed her, the more she smiled. I forgot my mother's teaching. Nancy soon had me beguiled.
Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy, whiskey. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy, oh. I rose early in the morning, just like my thirst, it was my need. I tried to rise, but I was not able. Nancy had me by the knees. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy, whiskey. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy, oh.
So I'm going back to the cotton weaver. I'll really make those shadows fly. I'll make more a cotton weaver than ever I did in a roving way.
Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy, whiskey. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy, oh. So come all you weavers, you Curtin weavers, weavers where'er you be. Beware of whiskey, Nancy Whiskey. She'll ruin you like she blinded me. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy Whiskey. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy, oh. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy Whiskey. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy, oh. Woo.
We're gonna do the hands twice.
You're right.
Yeah, no, you were right. No,
No, no,
Charlie.
I
No,
insist.
no. My mistake.
Ooh. So this explosive combination of women and alcohol carries over to the next song, which is kind of self-explanatory. It has a couple of terms that might need explaining. One of them is pop, which is short for pawn shop, pop. It's also what my grandchildren call me. And they say that she's the heart of the rowel, which is a very great compliment. It means the choicest part of a roll of tobacco. So if you were a woman, you would certainly want to be known as the heart of the rowel. I think that's all you really need to know.
I don't know. I wouldn't mind being known as that either.
Well, all
Heart
right.
of the rowel.
When we sing Heart of the Rowel, just think of Ken. Poor old Dicey Riley now, she's taken to the sup. Poor old Dicey Riley now, she'll never give it up. It's off each morning to the pop, and she goes in for another little drop. Of the heart of the rowel is Dicey Riley.
See her walk along its crooked streets with an independent air. Then it's up to Summer Hill to see the people stare. She says it's nearly 1:30. I'll stop in for another little one. Of the heart of the rowel is Dicey Riley.
At 2 pubs closing out she goes, as happy as a lark. She'll find a bench to sleep atop in St. Patrick's Park. She'll awake at 5 feeling in the pink, say 'tis time for another little drink. And the heart of the rowel is Dicey Riley. Oh, poor old Dicey Riley now, she's taken to the sup. Poor old Dicey Riley now, she'll never give it up. It's up each morning to the pop, and then she is in for another little drop. Oh, the heart of the rowel is Dicey Riley.
Long years ago, when men were men, favored everyone. Lovely Becky Cooper or Maggie and Mary Wong. One woman was put them all to shame. Only one was worthy of the name, and the name of the same was Dicey Riley.
Poor old Dicey Riley now, she's taken to the sup.
Poor old Dicey Riley, she will never give it up.
It's off each morning to the pop, and then she goes in for another little drop. Oh, the heart of the rowel is Dicey Riley. Let me put a question to you. Can you hear?
Now,
No.
you're good, Charlie. Kenny, you gotta go up. Yeah.
Ooh, how loud? Oh, that's powerful.
That's probably
right?
nice.
Better.
Must be me.
That's you.
Song by Colin Gallagher, and I'd like to meet him because I owe him money. And I also would like to meet him so I could ask him why the hell he wrote this song. It's kind of strange. And the best I can make of it is he had this bizarre dream, and woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning and wrote this song. It's called The Real and the Flickering Light. And it has a pattern of the last few lines of each verse are repeated, which is so you could sing them with me if you're paying attention. And it's not really a chorus, it's more like a refrain. So that if you would like to sing, you could sing it as if it were a chorus, and if you don't want to sing, you could just refrain. As I was walking home one evening, I know this takes some believing, I met a group of creatures with the strangest looking features. A poor old dog and a worm and a weed and a fine old pigeon, yes indeed. A daddy long legs jumped up sprite and he danced to the reel in the flickering light. Round we go, heel to the toe. Daddy long legs jumped up sprite and he danced to the reel in the flickering light. Got it? Round we go, heel to the toe, and then the last two lines of the verse. Round we go, heel to the toe. Daddy long legs jumped up sprite and he danced to a reel in the flickering light. On his thin and wispy spindles, he was deft and he was nimble. His eyes were scientific and his dancing was terrific. And the rats and the worms, they took it in, and the nettles in the corner raised a din. Oh God, says I, tonight's the night, we'll dance to the reel in the flickering light. Round, round we go, heel to the toe. Oh God, says I, tonight's the night, we'll dance to the reel in the flickering light. You're not very quick.
It's genius.
Then he looked at me directly with a gaze that could dissect me. And he asked me in a whisper, have you got any sisters? Good God Almighty, says I to him, what sort of a man do you think I am? I've only one, she's not your type. She wouldn't dance a reel in the flickering light. Round we go, heel to the toe. I've only one, she's not your type. She wouldn't dance a reel in the flickering light. Says he, does she come from another planet? Does she have a bee in her bonnet? Does she do her daily duties? Well, you never know, we might be suited. And the rats and the worms began to laugh, and some of them started shuffling off. We're gonna have some fun tonight, getting ready for the reel in the flickering light. Round we go, heel to the toe. We're gonna have some fun tonight, getting ready for the reel in the flickering light. I could see he had no scruples as I gazed into his pupils. They were purple or magenta, like a statue during Lent. Says I, I'll get her right away. Good man, says he, now don't delay. We're gonna have some fun tonight. And he flipped his legs in the flickering light. Around we go, heel to the toe. We're gonna have some fun tonight. And he flipped his legs in the flickering light. Then up stepped a red carnation, and they gave her an ovation. She was warm and enchanting as she slowly started dancing. And the fine old pigeon peeled an eye, and the nettles in the corner began to sigh. Daddy long legs said, my oh my, are we ready for the reel in the flickering light? Round we go, heel to the toe. Daddy long legs said, my oh my, are we ready for the reel in the flickering light? She was gentle, she was charming, and I heard him call her darling. He was graceful as a whisper on his delicate legs of silver. and the rats and the worms were quiet as mice. The fine old pigeon said, "That's nice." A shimmering veil on a lovely bride, and they danced to the reel in the flickering light. Round we go, heel to the toe, a shimmering veil on a lovely bride. They danced to the reel in the flickering light. Round we go, heel to the toe, a shimmering veil on a lovely bride. And they danced to the reel in the flickering light.
Many of you have wondered through the years what the words Mürschen Durken mean. All right, maybe not.
Roddy McCrory.
Oh. Well, I'll let you think about that while we sang an upbeat song about an execution. Oh, see the fleet-foot host of men who speed with mazes won from Farmstead and from Thresher's Top along the banks of Bann. They come with vengeance in their eyes. Too late our day. And young Roddy McCorley goes to die on the bridge of Tombs today. When he last stepped up that street, his shining pike in hand, around him marched in grim array a stalwart earnest band. For Antrim town, he led them to the fray. And young Roddy McCorley goes to die on the bridge of Tombs today. Up the narrow street he stepped, smiling, proud and young. About the hemp-robe on his neck, the golden ringlets clung. There's never a tear in his blue eye, both clear and bright our day. And young Roddy McCorley goes to die on the bridge of there's never a one of all your dead so bravely fell in grave as he who marches to his fate on the bridge of Tombs today. True to the last, he treads the upward way. And young Roddy McCorley goes to die on the bridge of Tombs today. Roddy McCorley goes to die on the bridge of Tombs today. Another martyr for Ireland. No, I suppose they've had enough time to Google Mürschen Durken.
I actually have a question for you about the song Roddy McCorley.
Oh, okay. What is the question,
How did
Charlie?
he expect to win the battle if his only weapon was a fish?
I don't get it about a fish. What do you get the fish part?
The thing about marching up the street with a shiny pike in his hand.
Oh, yeah. Could someone explain that to Charlie? Maybe. Let's take that offline.
All right.
Let's put that parking lot. We'll parking lot that one, and we'll talk after the show.
Would you like some more of Kenny's
Think
vocal?
pickerel would be better.
Yes?
Shane Durkin, last chance. Anybody? Oh, it's just a name. That's all. Just somebody's name.
What's in the name?
Well, in this case.
This is back from the time when the primary export of Ireland was its people.
I remember singing this on the street in the Bronx in front of a bar with you 50 years ago.
I have absolutely no memory of that.
And we haven't, well, there's a reason why you don't have a memory of it.
I have absolutely no memory. That's why. Oh, when I was young and courting, I was fondest of resorting to an alehouse or a playhouse. Many's the house besides, and I told my brother Seamus I'd be off to be right famous, and I never would return till I had sailed the world wide. Ah, goodbye, mushy Durkin, I'm sick and tired of working. No more I'll dig the brummies, no longer I'll be fooled. As sure as my name is Carney, I'll be off to California. Instead of digging brummies, I'll be digging lumps of gold. Well, I've courted girls in Blarney, and Kanturk, and in Killarney, in Passage and in Queenstown, I mean the Cove of Cork. But I'm tired for all this pleasure, now I'm off to take my leisure. And the next thing that you hear from me, will be a letter from New York. Ah, goodbye, Machine Durkin, I'm sick and tired of working. No more I'll dig the brownies, no longer I'll be fooled. As sure as my name is Carney, I'll be off to California. Instead of digging brownies, I'll be digging lumps of gold. Goodbye to all the girls at home, I'm going far across the foam to try and seek my fortune in far America. There's gold and money plenty for the poor and for the gentry, and whenever I return to you, I never more will say goodbye. Oh, goodbye, Bushy Durkin, I'm sick and tired of working. No more I'll dig the brummies, no longer I'll be fooled. As sure as my name is Carney, I'll be off to California. Instead of digging brummies, I'll be digging lumps of gold. Oh, Mersheen Durkin. Oh, imagine. Ah. Do y'all know Tommy Sands? Just nod your head. Yeah, we know Tommy Sands. Well, this is not a song by Tommy Sands. It's a song by his brother, Colum Sands. But it's about Colum's uncle, so of course it's also about Tommy's uncle. And he said, do you have any odd uncles?
Oh, don't get me started.
Strange aunts? So this is called The Man with the Cap. They say he was the strangest man you'd ever want to meet. He didn't like the towns at all. He kept to the quiet streets, but mostly he was in the fields. He always wore a cap, the same one for a Sunday as for Briarden up a gap. And no one has a photo of this man. No one seems to know his plan. He was lonely as a baby, gentle as a child, and it seems he often spoke of Oscar Wilde. I mind we used to see him on the quiet summer nights, standing by the roadside like a rabbit in the lights. He'd never wave, just nod his head. He always wore a tie. Some people said that he was odd, others said just shy, and no one has a photo of this man. It seems he loved a girl one time, but she must have gone away. Perhaps he was too quiet or too different in his way, for he never bothered after that, got careless with his looks, forgot to shave for 7 years, and took to reading books, and no one has a photo of this man. I saw him in the cornfield, sowing with his hand. He understood the weather, and he understood the land. He always wore what once had been a 3-piece navy suit, the same one for the sewing as for standing up the stooks, and no one has a photo of this man. They say he'd stand for hours gazing at the hills, his bicycle beside him, both of them as still as statues in the sunset. No one knew his mind, and when he died, they said that he was kind. We laid him down this morning. The rain was falling fast. Those who thought they knew him were with him to the last. The priest was sprinkling prayers and holy water in the rain, and he said, "We'll hardly ever see the likes of him again." And no one has a photo of this man. No one seemed to know his plan. He was lonely as a baby, he was gentle as a child, and it seems he often spoke of Oscar Wilde. I got to ask his niece, Ann Sands, also a singer. She and her husband hosted me. And I said, "Your uncle, that Colin wrote the song about." She says, "Yeah." I said, "Well, was he gay?" And she looked at her husband, and they thought for a second, and then she said, "I really don't think he knew he had that option." Where do we go from there?
Well, I have some ideas.
Oh, yeah. This is a nice segue.
Yeah, this is an Irish song. I'm sorry, it's an Irish song. It's written by an American, and it's about an American, but his grandparents were Irish, like many of ours were. He made it big in this country, real big, but it wasn't a happy ending. I think it was this guy, you'll know who I'm singing about, who Senator Daniel Patrick Moynihan was thinking of when he said, "To be Irish is to know the world will break your heart." Written by, of course, a Polish-American Jew hero of ours, Phil Oakes. Oh, the bullets of the false revenge have struck us once again. As the angry seas have struck upon the sand. And it seemed as though a friendless world had lost itself a friend. That was the president, and that was the man. Oh, I still can see him smiling there and waving at the crowd as he drove off to the music of the band. And never even knowing no more time would be allowed. That was the president, and that was the man. Here's a memory to share, here's a memory to save, of the sudden early ending of command. Where a part of you and a part of me is buried in his grave. That was the president, and that was the man. It's not only for the leader that the sorrow hits so hard. There are greater things I'll never understand. How a man so full of life, even death was caught off guard. That was the president, and that was the man. Everything he might have done and all he could have been was proven by the troubled traitor's hand. Or what other death could wound the hearts of so many men? That was the president, and that was the man. Oh, the glory that was Lincoln's never died when he was slain. It's been carried over time and time again. Now to the list of honor you can add another name. That was the president, and that was the man. That was the president, and that was the man.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Let's get the right key. Let's do this in the same key.
You're going to do it in a different key?
Oh, I forgot. Sometimes I forget to take the cable off.
Oh, I see. Okay. So, because I can't put a cable in this harmonica. C? Can we agree on C? Or not? Or are we in D? Is it a D?
G.
I think it's D.
G, George. George, G, George.
Is it? Oh, I was right. Song by Percy French, an Irishman, a Protestant from the middle classes. His parents brought him up right and sent him to college to learn how to be a sewer inspector, and he forsook that wonderful career to become an itinerant folk singer and songwriter. You're all supposed to go, oh no, oh no. He didn't play an instrument, so sometimes he would perform a cappella. If there was a good enough audience, he would hire a piano player. But he always traveled with a slate and a box of colored chalks. And when he sang a song, he wrote all these narrative pieces, a storytelling song like the one we're about to do now. He would draw on the slate a scene from the song that he was singing. And when he finished the song, he'd hold up the slate for the audience to see, and then he'd erase it and go on to the next song. Percy French. And he wrote this song in 1896. And like some other songs we're singing tonight, it's a song about being from Ireland as opposed to being in Ireland. And so many Irish went to England to find work, and that's true of the folks in this song. Oh, Mary, this London's a wonderful sight. There's people here working by day and by night. They don't sow potatoes or barley or wheat, but there's gangs of them digging for gold in the street. At least when I asked them, that's what I was told. So I just took a hand at that